Welcome to the Poetry Fix on Radio Free Hillsdale 101.7 FM. I'm your host, Erika Kyba, bringing you your weekly fix of poetry from across time. Today we're reading John Milton's On Time. This is a poem that echoes the themes of John Donne's Holy Sonnet X, Death Be Not Proud. Like Donne, Milton addresses a personified cosmic force. Like Donne, Milton appears to taunt this cosmic force, stripping it of its power. And like Donne, Milton asserts the triumph of believers over the forces of destruction. Milton portrays time as a devouring yet lethargic entity. He faults time for glutting itself with what its womb devours. There's this grotesque image of time bringing forth new life and generating new possibilities. That's the purpose of the womb, but then turning to consume what it creates. And that is the nature of life on Earth. New seasons bring new people into our lives, new circumstances, new hopes, and yet, there's always something that gets left behind. We move, our favorite shops close down, our hopes are either fulfilled or disappointed, doors close just as new ones open, and we lose people that we loved. That could be through distance, argument, or death, but it can't be denied that it's impossible to hold on to the people that we love forever. Milton, however, paints time as impotent in the grand scheme of things. This might seem a little too optimistic, trite even, to the modern ear. However, if you place yourself in Milton's perspective, considering his core beliefs, his vaunt over time makes perfect sense. He believes that Christ will come again and make all things new, and that he will unite his flock to himself for eternity. And it's this concept of eternity that takes all the power out of time. Because if we eventually live in unchanging bliss, there's no longer any meaning in counting the days or years. Additionally, if you accept the idea that Christ will restore everything that was good when he returns, then all time has really done is consume worthless temporal matters. It leaves the clothes moth-eaten and the buildings run down, but it cannot touch souls, and even the bodies that it corrupts will be restored. And so, like John Donne, Milton scorns the power of time and death simply by putting these forces at the feet of eternity, and watching them fade to nothing in the face of it. With all that said, let's dive in. On Time, by John Milton. Fly, envious time, till thou run out thy race. Call on the lazy, leaden-stepping hours, whose speed is but the heavy plummet's pace, and glut thyself with what thy womb devours, which is no more than what is false and vain, and merely mortal dross. So little is our loss, so little is thy gain. For when as each thing bad thou hast entombed, and last of all thy greedy self consumed, then long eternity shall greet our bliss with an individual kiss, and joy shall overtake us as a flood, when everything that is sincerely good and perfectly divine, when truth and peace and love shall ever shine about the supreme throne of him to whose happy making sight alone, when once our heavenly guided soul shall climb, then all this earthy grossness quit, attired with stars we shall forever sit, triumphing over death and chance, and thee, O time. You've been listening to The Poetry Fix with Erika Kyba. If you enjoyed this episode, consider following The Poetry Fix on Spotify, YouTube, or Apple Podcasts. And if you have any poems you want to see in a future episode, email your suggestions to thepoetryfix@gmail.com. Join me next week, and we'll be reading As Kingfishers Catch Fire by Gerard Manley Hopkins.